Hi, this is Mike Fry with No-Kill Learning and RescueSuite Software. I'm really happy to be here today to give you a personal tour of RescueSuite Software that I think of as software for shelters and rescue groups who are looking for solutions in the 21st century. As you will see, RescueSuite Software is a robust tool that will help rescue organizations and shelters save valuable time so that they can put more of their resources into saving animals. We have a fair amount of ground to cover because I plan to show you the inner workings of RescueSuite Software as well as what it looks like on the outside once you integrate it into your website. But before I do that, I'm going to give you a very brief history of RescueSuite Software. I originally built RescueSuite Software in 1989. I was working for the Wildlife Rehabilitation Clinic at the University of Minnesota. They took in thousands of injured wild animals every year and had no computerized system for tracking them at all. What they did have was one of those old, funky little Macintosh computers, with the tiny little built-in screens. Anyway, I got to work, built the system on that old Macintosh computer, and it worked really well for tracking patients and medical treatments for the thousands of animals that came to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Clinic. And as a result, other wildlife centers also began to use it. And so by 1991, I ended up converting it over to one of the first generation of Windows-based computers. So throughout the 1990s, it was used at the University of Minnesota, Tufts School of Veterinary Medicine, the University of Montreal in Quebec, the Howell Wildlife Center, and other wildlife hospitals across the United States. And its primary purpose was simple: to track animals, their medical treatments and histories, report outcomes, and manage other critical data at high-volume wildlife hospitals. In about 2000, the system was ported over to what was then called Lotus Notes and modified to work in domestic animal shelters. In 2001, when I began working at Animal Ark full-time, I began using it not only to manage the shelter operations, but to publish their website and more. I used it there for about 14 years, continually updating it and making improvements along the way. For example, in about 2002, I linked it for the first time to the Companion Animal Recovery Center to enable automatic microchip registration. I linked it to Pets 911 in 2004, and then ultimately linked it to rescuegroups.org and Helping Lost Pets and others. Over the years, I've continued to add new modules and new features. I chose Lotus Notes, now called IBM Notes, for a wide range of reasons, including its incredible security. There's a reason IBM has a reputation for delivering some of the most secure technologies around, because they do. And IBM Notes is one of their premier tools. Multi-platform development means that I can write code one time and then run it on Macintosh, Windows, Unix. Pretty much any computer can take the software. It supports remote and disconnected capabilities. For example, you can have it installed on a laptop that has no internet connection and be using it at an adoption event or a rescue center somewhere. Then once you get back to the internet, the connection is established and it will automatically sync all of the data between the whole system. IBM Notes also became a standard communication, collaboration, and content management platform for many Fortune 500 companies. It's easy to deploy new features quickly because of all of this, and it's a very open system that will also talk with other systems very well. It's also very reliable and stable. The features currently included in RescueSuite Software are a comprehensive animal management system that tracks animal records, outcomes, publishes animals online, and more. A medical tracking system including daily treatment reports, animal medical histories, and more. Medical calculators, animal behavior logs, various online fundraising options that we'll look at in more detail in a bit. It also integrates with Facebook and Twitter and other social media. It can also automatically register microchips for adopted pets, which I mentioned previously, but it's worth noting is a great fundraising opportunity. It also automatically updates all major pet search sites via rescuegroups.org. And at the point of adoption, automatically prints behavior and medical records for the pets being adopted. System-wide, it's fairly straightforward. The primary software runs on a server which publishes public information out on various websites and things. It can also be installed on any computer of any kind to give secure access to different people, to confidential information, or to make changes to records. For too long, animal shelters have had a limited choice of software. They could buy off-the-shelf solutions and then live with their limitations, or they could build custom solutions that were expensive, flexible, but very labor-intensive. Our goal is to bridge the gap between those two things by offering a rock-solid off-the-shelf solution that can be tailored to any individual need. So with all that in mind, let's pop it open and see what it looks like, starting with what the public sees when they look at it on your website. One of the first things that you'll see, for example, when you visit this website is at the bottom of the homepage, a featured pet. RescueSuite users have a piece of code that they get that they can embed anywhere, which pulls a random pet out of their database to display as a featured pet. It includes great things like ability to sponsor this pet, or in other words, make a donation in honor of that pet. When you sponsor a pet, you get the option of being listed on that pet's webpage, a couple of other simple things, and then the money just comes right from that feature directly into the RescueSuite user's PayPal account. It's a great fundraising opportunity that you can promote and encourage people to sponsor pets, and you can do that all over the website, actually. This is how the featured pet looks on another user's website. Notice that they've implemented it in a similar way on similar styled websites, but this feature is completely tailorable so that you can customize the look, the colors, the fonts, the layout, so it can blend seamlessly into any website. One of the most important public areas of RescueSuite software is the universal pet list, which is updated in real time as new animals are entered or edited. This list here is updated, in real time every day. It's also worth noting that for shelters and rescues that maintain a mobile-friendly version of their websites, RescueSuite software also publishes a mobile-friendly version of the pet list. Up near the top of the pet list is an RSS or syndication icon. You can click on that and get access to a live updated news feed of the pet listing. And you can subscribe to it with any tool that will allow you to subscribe to an RSS news feed. You can use this, for example, to link the pet list to your Facebook page, to your Twitter feed. You can subscribe by email even to automatically get email updates when new pets are added to the pet list. By default, the pet list shows all pets publicly available for viewing at the shelter or rescue. If you want to sub-select and only look at cats, kittens, puppies, snakes, birds, you can select from the options on this area of the screen. In addition to keeping your public pet list up to date in real time on your website, RescueSuite software also shares your public pet list with all of our partner websites, thereby keeping Pet Finder, Adopt a Pet, Overstock.com, and dozens of other pet search sites up to date throughout the day. Clicking on a pet's photo or name will open that pet's personal web page. This is where you'll find all of the public information available about this pet. At the top of the page, you'll see a link to sponsor this pet. So in fact, every pet on the system has a link for sponsorship. And when people have chosen to sponsor a pet, this is where their names are listed on the pet's web pages. They can be names of individuals or businesses with optional links over to those business web pages if they'd like. The pet pages will hold an unlimited number of photographs or videos, but there's a limit of 4 photographs and 1 video that can be shared with the other pet search websites. The pet pages include a variety of other features as well, like online adoption and foster applications, or the ability to print promotional flyers for each pet that you can put up in coffee shops, at work, in your cubicle, or any other place people might want to see them. There are also a variety of Facebook plugins, so you can share, and make comments on Facebook about each pet. In addition to sharing your universal pet list with all the major pet search sites on the internet, RescueSuite Software can also be configured to publish your found stray animals to the national lost and found systems like helpinglostpets.com, etc. So to recap, RescueSuite Software publishes your pet list in 2 versions, one for all standard desktop browsers and one for mobile devices. It delivers features to your website and your partners' websites to share things like featured pets that promote your pets for adoption. It publishes a web page for each of your pets that allows people to sponsor them to raise money for your organization. It also shares your public pet list with dozens of the major pet search sites in the United States. And it can be set up to automatically post your found stray pets into the National Lost and Found databases. And if you think that all sounds pretty exciting, hold on, we're just getting started. That's just what RescueSuite can do for you that the public sees. Inside your shelter or rescue, it can do a whole lot more. RescueSuite Software consists of 3 databases that you can find on your IBM Notes desktop that's included with your RescueSuite license. There's an animals database, a medical database, and one for sponsorships. I'm showing this to you on an Apple MacBook Pro. It looks exactly the same on a Windows computer. When we first open the animals database, it's easy to see pretty quickly that there is a lot to RescueSuite Software. All of the items over here on the left-hand side are different views or reports within the database that help you search and view and cut the data in different ways. You can also use different areas of this to maintain different pieces of data, like shelter or adoption center locations and things like that. Lists of clients who've adopted pets or applied to adopt pets. You can see over here your online adoption applications and foster applications that have come through the website and their status. You can see all kinds of things. I could take hours showing it to you, but for the sake of time, I'm going to show you just a couple of key areas so you can get a sense of how RescueSuite Software works. It's all really point and click simple. For example, adding a new pet to the database is as easy as going to the animal maintenance area and clicking a button that says Add Animal. And then all you have to do is fill in the fields on this form. The various data entry options available on the different data entry pop-up lists that are built into the form are all tailorable and editable by you. To speed things along, I've now jumped to a form that's already been completely filled out for this dog named Ava. To add Ava's photos, all I needed to do was simply drag and drop her pictures into this area of her form on RescueSuite Software, and it's done. As you can see, Ava's record also includes a quick response code, which the system supports you in creating and saving, that print out on pets' flyers and other marketing materials for those pets. Hit save and Ava's record on your website is immediately updated, and then her data is shared with all of the pet search sites around the country. And if she's a stray pet, she gets shared to the National Lost and Found databases. Entering medical or behavior records is just as easy. Here we're entering a medical treatment for Ava by simply filling out this treatment form. Once the treatments are all entered, you can print out a daily treatment report organized by location at your organization for all the treatments that need to be performed that day. You can add medical records from the past or schedule treatments for any time in the future. And naturally, as you're adding or editing records in the medical area about medical treatments or behavior logs, it's automatically updating all of the pet records over in the animals database in real time, syncing all of your data so you have all of the pet's information at your fingertips at all times. Similarly, all of the reports across the whole system, whether it's the outcome reports or the number of declawed cats you have in your building, all of those reports are also updated in real time. In other words, RescueSuite Software offers a user-friendly point-and-click way of managing all of your animal records and your client records across your whole system, while publishing your website in a very user-friendly and interactive way. If you have any questions, would like to see more of it in action, feel free to give me a call at 877-799-9951, toll free.